All right, here we go with the first lesson. And number one here, first thing to do, going to be fairly standard when it comes to rhythmic training that we do. The down picking stuff is going to be a little bit different. Got quite a few things to look at for that, actually. Uh, but we'll get into that in a second. So, if you haven't had a chance yet, definitely watch the video I sent that goes over how to practice your lessons because that's extremely important and necessary. So, because you got to know how to do it, right? You got to know how to practice the lessons. So, for this guy here, this is going to be focused on just improving the strumming skills, like different types of rhythms. This way, your right hand gets stronger, tighter, all that stuff, and spending about 15 to 20 minutes working this up as fast as you can is all you need to do with this one. Every day you practice, always start at 60 beats per minute. Doesn't matter how fast you get the previous day, always start at 60 and go up in the 5 BPM increments. We want to do that because we're not only getting faster with this rhythm, but it's not just about getting faster, it's about making sure the rhythm's tight, making sure that we're spacing everything well, making sure we hear everything well, because a lot of this is ear training. A lot of it is ear training because when you get going faster, you still need to be able to hear what it is you're trying to do. You don't want to just wing it. You don't want to just try and hope for the best and like, well, maybe that was it. No, we don't want to have a maybe that was it. We want to know if it was right, even at really really fast speeds like the 240 that you'd like to be playing at. Because we still need to be able to hear, to like know, like, yep, that's it, that's where it's spot on, that's accurate. So it also says on here that after 15 minutes is up, just aim for one more good take on this rhythm and then call it a day, because you really don't need to do more than that. It also says on here, if you max out in less than 15 minutes, call it a day. So basically, once you reach a point, it takes you a few minutes of really trying to get one last good take. That's going to be it. That you're definitely maxed out at that point. So if like it takes 2 or 3 minutes to finally get one more good take, you don't want to spend an additional 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes just for another 5 BPM. It's better to just call it that day, end your practice session there, and go on to the next thing. So this way you save energy for the next thing to work on. And the next day you come back to practice, you're going to be stronger anyway. So all that stuff's covered in the video on how to practice your lessons. So what I have here is some different rhythm combinations of 16th notes and eighth notes, and it does say right here, from 60 to 90 beats per minute. Make sure you count and say the rhythm out loud. This is going to help with very complex rhythms that we will eventually get to. So if you're not in the habit of counting out loud, we want to get in that habit. It has saved me a tremendous amount of time when it comes to like really challenging rhythms, in recording stuff, as well as understanding what other people are playing and being able to take what I come up with and put it into Guitar Pro, much easier than just trying different subdivisions and whatnot and hoping that I get the math right so it fills out the bar correctly. So yeah, practicing counting out loud, extremely helpful, and it's going to help out a bunch when we get into really challenging stuff. So this is easy compared to what we're going to get into, but we got to start somewhat easy. I don't think it's the easiest, but let's see where you get. As far as how fast should you get this, my thing is, instead of worrying about chasing a specific number, I want you to just focus on being as accurate as you can and think of speed as a byproduct of playing accurately at faster and faster tempos. That being said, since your goal is 240, if you reach 240 with that, then you don't need to go any faster. But I'll try 240 on this. It's strumming 3 strings at once does change things in terms of how fast you can really go. How I end up strumming will also change a bit from the slower speeds to the faster speeds. So let's start demonstrating that. So what I'm going to do is play this at some different speeds. I'm going to count out loud at least the slower speeds so you can hear exactly how it's supposed to go. If you prefer to count in a different language, that's totally fine. Just as long as you're saying something that makes sense rhythmically, that's important. That's important. Because one of the most important things I was taught, if you can't say it, you can't play it. So one thing I noticed is in your video demonstrating some strumming stuff is sometimes I think what you were doing was like trying to emphasize the downbeat, perhaps, or maybe some of the downstrokes. And every now and then it kind of knocked things out of rhythm, like maybe add like a bit of a swing to the rhythm. So I want you to try just being a little bit more careful with that. It's totally fine to emphasize the downbeat so you're locked into the rhythm. Just be careful not to have any kind of swingy type stuff. So emphasize the downbeat, but we don't want to be like, I'm not saying you did exactly that, and it's been like at least a week since I last watched that stuff. Has it been a week? God, I can't keep track of the time. Oh, I finished watching on Monday, didn't I? Anyway, goodness. Yeah, I just noticed little things like that. Just kind of a little bit of a swing here and there. So just be careful with emphasizing those downbeats or those downstrums. Try and keep things nice and even in how things are spaced. So that being said, counting out loud, basically, we're trying to line up, your 16th notes and your 8th notes, kind of like in this little 16th note count right here. I think of it as like a grid, and you're just thinking about, well, what part of this grid am I playing on? And whatever part of the grid you play on, that's what you say out loud. So I'm going to demonstrate what that sounds like. And what I want you to do is keep a nice fluid strumming motion the whole time. So when you have your 16th notes, you'll hit a down, up, down, up. When you have the 8th notes, you're going to hit a down, down. So this way you have the same motion the whole time. So I'm angling myself like this so you can see how I'm strumming the chords at different speeds. So at slower speeds, I have like this kind of motion here. So I heard a really good description of this. Basically, think like your hand is wet and you're trying to shake off, dry your hand off by shaking it. Now you just do it while holding a pick. And just dry your hand off while holding the pick. And that's how I like to strum stuff at the slower speeds. And then eventually it'll change a bit. But let's start with that. So I'm going to count off 4 so you know when I'm going to start. So you can follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 40 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 40 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm also tapping my foot, which is extremely important to do. Tap your foot, tap your foot, tap your foot. And then when things start going really fast, you might need to tap your foot every first and third beat. But right now I'm tapping all 4 beats. Done. Tap, tap. So if you can tap your foot when you're playing, you're going to lock into the rhythm a lot better. Extremely helpful. All right, 90 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2. All right, 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was was incorrect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 150. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there I was like quietly saying to myself, or like even like mouthing the rhythm there, just to help me make sure I'm playing it right. So like the faster I go, the quieter I say the rhythm. All right, 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so things are starting to get more serious. Notice I had a guitar face, holding my mouth funny. I'm certainly having to use more elbow at this point to keep the speed going. So it's not so much this motion anymore. It's like a combination of the arm moving up and down and the wrist and the forearm going like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go to 200 next. So as you get going faster, as you already pointed out yourself, you need to kind of change how you're picking to go faster. Totally normal, and in fact, it's completely necessary. You have to do those things when you're going faster and faster. Allow yourself to do that, and as you're working it up in 5 BPM increments, you know, it makes it easier to figure out, well, how are you doing this? And the biggest thing, the most important thing is make sure it sounds good. But yes, that's all covered in that other video I mentioned on how to practice your lessons. Anyway, here we go. 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely getting rough. All right, so now I know I'm going to need to change how I'm picking it. So I'm going to switch to this style. This is how I'm able to play my fastest stuff. I'm anchoring that on the body of the guitar, so I'll be able to get a lot more of this type of motion going on here. So like this acts as a pivot point, so I'm just basically anchoring on that and doing this fast motion there. So a lot of I'm using like this muscle and that muscle to make the picking go. So it's definitely moving, the elbow's moving a lot for this kind of speed here. And yeah, I gotta strum big because I'm still trying to hit all 3 strings. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! That is freaking hard. I don't know about 240 on this one, man. Good God. Let's try 220 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's trying to strum all 3 strings, that makes it so much harder. Okay, here we go again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, bad last chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn. All right. Gotta try it at least. I'd actually probably employ a different kind of picking style for this. And actually do it down, up on the 8th notes thing. Woo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, So getting up to these kind of speeds, playing that long, whatnot, and strumming all those strings, even not without strumming all the strings, I strum stuff a little bit different. And I've noticed that it's tough for people to get into it because you really got to think about strumming in a whole new way. But yeah, what I was doing there to reach this speed and play the whole thing was going down, up, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down. Oof, without practicing it up, working it up that way, it's really freaking hard. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. God damn. Okay. Whew. Well, that was fun. And that's certainly something we can start getting into, where when it gets going really, really fast, you got to start thinking about changing how you would strum it. So this way you can reach faster and faster speeds. But start with the way that was just demonstrated for the slower stuff. This way you can lock into that rhythm better before we start trying to do the more advanced stuff. So work it up as fast as you can, doing it the way I first showed, where you do all downstrokes on the eighth notes, and then later we can start talking about kind of like varying how fast we pick in order to maintain crazy fast speeds with alternate picking, or like basically picking down, up, and then it's kind of slowing it down to hit the eighth notes. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I need to make a part 2 for the rest of your lesson because I need to go teach somebody else right now. He's scheduled to start in just 1 minute. I didn't think this video was going to take this long, but hey, there you go. Anyway, I'll be back with part 2 in just a moment.